right, good morning. Obviously, I'm at the beach today. I want to go over a few suggestions for finding gold rings and silver jewelry. I found, 3 days ago, I found a record for me, anyways, 3 gold rings, and a couple of my buddies were asking what settings I use or what tips I have to try to get as much gold as possible. So the main thing, obviously, is to try to hunt in those areas in the beach where you're going to have the best luck as far as getting down to the signals. I'm absolutely convinced there's hundreds of rings, hundreds of pieces of jewelry, in a fairly small section of beach over the years, but it's all down low. So you want to get down as low as you can. Stay away from the really built up sand. Look for the signs for like dark sand and rocks coming up and things like that show you're probably getting closer to the base layer of where the gold, which is heavy, is sitting. And also when you're digging, and if you're finding signals which are heavy, such as weights, the other day I found 5-ounce, 6-ounce weights, huge weights, like 3 inches long, very heavy. I knew I was in the right area. That's why I concentrated there and I came up with those rings. Now, a huge thing for me as well is to focus on the signals that I want to be digging. I ignore clad. I ignored probably about 30 signals the other day, pennies, dimes. I knew there were coins there. I didn't want to touch them because I was focused on gold. If I hit all 30 of those signals, that's a half an hour, 45 minutes of wasted time where I knew it wasn't gold, so I just kept on going. So once something's, I have my machine set up so that's focused on gold, and I know different machines set up different ways. Just as an example, in my case, a CTX, I know gold is down in this range from like say 1201 to 1235 ish, right in this range. Up here is clad, so I have my machine set so that the clad tones are really low. It almost sounds like iron. I don't discriminate it, I just have the tones set so I can tell just from the noise. But down in here, when it hits gold, it's really high, so it catches my attention. I also have a sliver up here from 1245 and up, which is the silver range. So anything that comes in the silver range or the gold range really catches my attention. Everything else is just a so I'm ignoring that. Again, that lets me focus on just the gold. I also stay away from more or less the towel line. If it's low tide, I stay away from the towel line. I take advantage of the fact it's low tide, and I look for those low spots, go for there. The reason I avoid the towel line, avoid bumping into people, but also there's a lot of trash signals there. So the noise to good signal ratio is really high. I like to find those spots where the sand is finally moved and there's a good chance of finding gold that's probably been sitting there for years. So keeping those things in mind, ignoring the clad, finding the spots on the beach, paying attention to the good signals that will also be with gold, heavy weights and things like that, it'll really help boost up your numbers. And just an example too, if it's in that range, even if it's not the best signal, dig it. So this morning I had something in the 1206 range, but it's scratchy, and I dug it anyways, and I came up with this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a gold and diamond earring. And I knew before I dug it wasn't a gold ring, and I said to myself that it might be gold with some other rocks in it, and the rock is breaking up the signal, or it has some other metal attached to it, either clasp or whatever. So anyways, dig those good signals in the gold range and ignore the clad, and you're going to help see your gold count go up. So happy hunting, everybody, and I hope to see you on the beach someday.